The government of the Republic of Congo denied social media speculations that there had been a coup in their country. Margaret Percasio tells us more.
The Congolese government denied rumors of a coup attempt against their president, Denis Sassou Nguesso, who has been in power for almost 40 years. Rumors of military coup in the Republic of Congo began circulating on social media at a time when Nguesso was in New York, USA for the UN General Assembly. There were social media claims indicating that Congo's military forces began seizing key facilities and government installation in the capital of Brazzaville. But the government said these claims were fake news. In a statement, the government of the Republic of Congo said, quote, "Fanciful information suggests serious events taking place in Brazzaville. The government denies this fake news. We reassure public opinion about the calm that reigns and invite people to calmly go about their activities." End of quote. Various military takeover had occurred in the region recently, and this fueled speculation that a coup might also happen in the neighboring countries. Last month, soldiers in Gabon, a former colony of France, overthrew their president Ali Bongo, who had been in power for 14 years. In July, the Niger military ousted its president, Mohamed Bazoum, causing tensions between the French government and putschists. The current government of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Guinea are also the result of recent military coups. All of these countries were also a former colony of France. Reporting, this is Margaret Percasio, SMNI News.
Scientists issue fresh warnings after sea ice the size of Australia's Northern Territory has melted based on the latest satellite record. Julia Libuet reports.
Experts warned that sea ice around Antarctica has dropped to historically low levels, which they say has far-reaching consequences for the entire Earth. The data gathered by the National Snow and Ice Data Center, or NSDIC, showed that sea ice around Antarctica now covers less than 17 million square kilometers. This is a shocking drop of 1.5 million square kilometers on the September average, with the area of vanishing ice almost equivalent to the size of Australia's Northern Territory. An expert from the NSDIC described the level of melting sea ice as mind-blowing. The frozen sea ice acts as a temperature regulator for the planet by reflecting the sun's energy into the atmosphere while cooling the ocean below it. But with the latest developments, scientists are concerned that Antarctica is turning from Earth's heat regulator to a radiator. With the Earth's protective casing slowly melting, the level of sunlight absorbed by the ocean increases, which in turn elevates storm surge and creates more hurricanes and typhoons. Last month, satellite data gathered by the National Snow and Ice Data Center that the growth of winter sea ice surrounding Antarctica has been very slow despite experiencing the depths of winter. Reporting from New South Wales, this has been Gillian Libuet, SMNI News, Australia.
Iran condemns several Western countries for imposing sanctions against local officials and news agencies to mark the first anniversary of the death of Mahsa Amini. Melchizedek Cadiz reports.
Assalamu alaikum. The United States, the UK, and the European Union sanctioned Iranian individuals and entities a day before nationwide protests to commemorate Mahsa Amini's death sparked across Iran. The weekend protests took place a few weeks after Iran's exiled Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi, who is currently based in the US, called on Iranians around the world to unite and launch fresh protests on the anniversary of Mahsa Amini's death. The nationwide protest started on Saturday, September 16th, and continued until Sunday. Mahsa Amini, a 22-year-old Kurdish woman who was arrested by the morality police for violating Iran's strict hijab laws, died on September 16, 2022. Her parents allege that Iran's morality police beat her while under their care, but the Iranian colonel and police officers denied the allegations. A state colonel's report indicated she died of heart failure, while Iranian officials said she fell into a coma following a heart attack and brain seizures shortly after her arrest, attributed to pre-existing medical problems. Her death sparked nationwide protest and gained massive international attention. Meanwhile, a group of gunmen opened fire on a group of paramilitary forces in southern Iran, killing one of them and wounding 3 others during the protest on Saturday. The controversial Western sanctions coupled with nationwide protests took place amid an ongoing prisoner exchange deal between the US and Iran, wherein 5 Americans jailed in Tehran will be freed in exchange for 5 Iranians detained in Washington, as well as the unfreezing of Iran's $6 billion oil funds frozen by US sanctions in South Korea. A local news agency also slammed opposition and dissident groups abroad, using the case of Masa Amini to gain profits and campaign for causes that serve their own interests. Barakalafikum jami'an kan hada Melchizedek Kadi sa Khbar as Seminai, Kuwait.